Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will be showing you how I made this gorgeous baby girl dress. So the first thing I did was to fold my fabric into two. So I have one on top for the front and one below for the back. So firstly, I'm going to be imputing my neck measurement. So for the neck width, I'm using 2 inches, and for the neck depth, I'll be using 2 inches for the front. So after marking this, I'll connect it with a gentle curve like you see me do, right, for the front neckline. So I then go ahead to mark in the shoulder measurement, half of the shoulder measurement, which is 4.5. The full shoulder measurement is 9 inches divided by 2. I have 4.5. And right at that point, I'm going to come down by half inch, just like you see me do. And I'll connect the neckline right to the shoulder slope, or we call it the shoulder slant. And then from that point right there, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. That's from the shoulder slope. I come down by 5 inches. And just to elongate the line, I'll mark the same shoulder divided by 2 just to elongate the line. So that will become my chest line. So now on this chest line, your baby's bust measurement divided by 4. So this right here is for a 2-year-old. So I'm working with a bust measurement of 24 inches. So divided by 4, I have 6 inches, right? So depending on how chubby your baby is, you just mark their bust measurement divided by 4 and you add 1 inch for sewing allowance. If you want it to have ease, you can add ½ inch for ease. So right at the shoulder, I'm going to divide it by 2, just like you see me do. And then I'll come in by ½ inch and I'll connect the 3 points to create my armhole curve. So after drawing my armhole curve, I will then go ahead and mark my back neckline. So my back neckline, I'm using 1 inch. So I'll come down by 1 inch, and then with the same neck width, I'll just connect to have a curve. So we are done for the front and back piece of the baby girl dress. I'm just confirming my measurement, and the next thing I'll do, I'll begin to cut. So I'll cut the back neckline first, just like you see me do, because I'm cutting the back and the front together. And then after that, I will then cut out the body measurement. So after cutting out the body measurement, I will just cut in my armhole, just like you see me do. I'll cut in the shoulders, and then I'll remove the back piece, so I can cut the front neckline alone. So just keep watching, you will understand every detail. So right now I'm just trimming off the excess that is there, and then I'll remove the back. So this space right there is for the zipper allowance. So that's for the zip allowance. So I will then go ahead to bring in my bias right here. So I'm going to use my bias this time around to turn the neckline. So I'll place the bias like you see me do right on the front and then turn it to the back. So I'll do the same thing for the armhole because this dress does not have any sleeves. So I want the full length of this dress to be 21 inches. Sorry if I have not mentioned that. So the half length, that is shoulder to the half length of the top part of the dress, is 8 inches. So this pink fabric right here, the full length is really long. This right here is about 46 inches, and I have it into 2 because I'm going to be gathering it. But for the length, that is how long I want it to be, this right here is 14 inches. So I have 13 inches to add up with the 8 inches and then 1 inch to fold the hem. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So right now I have gone ahead to fold the hemline of this pink fabric, and then I made a loose stitch at the top for the gathering to make it a gathered skirt part. So for clarity purpose, what I have here for the length is 13 inches. That is after folding the hemline. And then I'm just going to show you how long mine is. So how long depends on how full you want your baby girl dress to be. So the fuller the fabric, the fuller the gathers. So that's how it is. So now we'll proceed to start gathering. So right at the top part where I made the loose stitch, I'll just pick one of the thread, just like you see me do, and I'll start gathering it. So I'll just gather this all through to the very end, and I'll ensure that what I have at the end of my gathering is just the same with the baby waist measurement. So I'm almost done gathering, and remember our baby's bust measurement is 24, so I'll ensure that this is also 24 because the baby bust and the waist is just the same thing. I'll also be adding a belt for any adjustment. So now I'll use this white fabric to cut out the collar design that you saw. So to cut out the collar, I'm going to bring in the Ankara fabric and I'll place it, that is the front Ankara fabric now. I'll place it right on this white fabric here. So depending on any color of your choice that you want to use, any fabric design. So I'm going to pin it down so it doesn't shake, and then I will just follow the neckline and cut it just like you see me do down to the shoulders. I'll also trace it out. You can use a chalk to first trace it out or just directly cut like you see me do. So I'll cut this out and then I'll go to the armhole and then I'll cut it also, but I'm not going to go down. I'll just stop halfway just like you see me do. So this is what we have. So the next thing I will do now, I'm going to remove the pins because I pinned it earlier. I'll just remove the pin and then I'll bring in my tape. I'll use my tape and begin to measure. So I'm going to measure just 4 inches all round, starting from the neckline. I'll just measure 4 inches because that's how long I want my collar to be. You can make yours 3 inches if you want. So I'm going to mark this 4 inches down to where I stop. That's where my scissors stop cutting, just like you see it being displayed. I'll mark 4 inches all through to that point, and then after marking this, I will then cut it out. So just to sharpen the point there, I came down by 1/2 inch, but this is optional. So at that neckline point, I came down by extra 1/2 inch to make it a little bit sharp. That's like a V shape. So I'm cutting this out right now. So this is what we have for the collar neck design, right? So I'll also cut another piece again to serve as the lining. Then I'll proceed to iron this out. So right now I'm just pinning it up, and after that I'll cut a second piece to serve as the lining. So right now I'm cutting out the exact same thing as the lining, just like you see me do. And after that, I will then open this up. But before then, I'll just come in by 1/2 inch right at the edge because I want to create that V opening shape of the collar. So I'll come in by 1/2 inch and I'll use my scissors now to divide this part. So after cutting all through it, you can say that we are done basically with this collar. The next thing now is for us to press it with our hot iron so it can be smooth and neat. So I'm just opening up the sides. So I'll bring in my fabric just like you see me do, and then I'll proceed now to bring in the collar and place it on top. So I'll remove the pins and then I'll arrange it and place it on top so you can see it. So this is how it will be. I'll place the other one. Then the next thing we'll do now is to use the lining and turn the main fabric. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'll arrange it just like you see me do, right side facing each other. And then after arranging it, I'll take it down to my sewing machine and then stitch from this end right here down to the other end. So I'll do the same for the other side. So I went ahead to add a belt to this dress. Like I said earlier, I added a belt for the fitting, and then I changed my color to black because I felt that black fits suits the fabrics better than white. So nothing much, I just used the same pattern and cut out the same thing for the collar. So the next thing I'll do right now is to arrange the collar and then bring in my bias tape and use it to just turn the neck line. So right now, you can see I have turned the neckline and it's already neat. So the next thing I will do now is to bring in the back piece. just like you see me do. I'll bring in the back piece, place it on the front piece, and then stitch the shoulders and the sides. So now if you added a belt like me, when stitching the sides, bring in your belt before you close the sides. So I'll bring in the belt for the two sides and then close it with the baby measurements. So for the skirt part, I marked 4 inches upwards. Just those are the broken lines that you see right there, and this is for the trimmer design that I'm going to put right on top of the fabric, just like this. So I came up by 4 inches from the hemline, just like you see me explain. I came up by 4 inches. I marked 4 inches all through down to the end of this skirt part. So I'm going to take this trimmer right here and place it on top just to complement the collar. So right now I have joined the front, and the front is 80% ready, just like you see it. Everything, the belt, everything is sitting perfectly. So I'm going to bring in the skirt parts, and I also opened the back for the zip allowance. I have opened the back, so I'm going to bring in the skirt part right now so I can start sewing in the skirt part and the upper part of this dress. So right side facing each other, you can see how I am arranging it. I will just take one end of the skirt part and then arrange it with one end of the top part of the dress, and then I begin to stitch all through, just like you see me do. I'll ensure that there is no excess for the skirt part. If at all there's any excess, I will still gather it in so it can give a fuller look. So right now, guys, I am done joining the skirt part and the top part of this dress, and you can see how gorgeous and beautiful our two-tone baby girl dress came. And you can see the belt is just there, just in case I want to adjust how tight I want it to be on the baby. And then I'll be adding a zip to the back. So I'll just add a zip to the back, and that is all for this beautiful dress. So guys, thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, share to someone that will find this helpful, and leave a kind comment. Until that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.